Next is transportation. I walked most of the time because buses are always very crowded, and I think I would walk faster than a bus. I took a few colectivo during daytime. It's $1 each way. Colectivo means like share taxi or carpool, but that's not the nice yellow cab. It's just someone's car without air conditioning. I also took a hop-on and hop-off bus for $10. It's a good idea to use that if you can plan your day properly, because for taxi, the minimum charge is $10 per ride anyways. There's something called bicycle taxi. Local told me that it's not that cheap and it's quite dangerous as well. The taxi from and to airport each way is $25. I think that's fair. So for transportation, I spent $83 for the trip. For tour and admission, I mainly joined 3 tours. The first two are free walking tour. I love free walking tour. It's not because it's free, you have to tip, remember that. It's just because I can talk to the locals and get to know the country better. Most of the time, the tour guides can speak very good English, so you can have a more in-depth conversation. I joined one tour to the Old Havana and one tour to the Central Havana. Personally, I like the Central Havana tour more because Central Havana is more local. I can see their like a wet market, a hospital, etc. The tour guide helped us to learn more about Cuba. I highly recommend it. But there's a lot of walking and Cuba is very hot and polluted, so make sure you have a good pair of shoes. The third tour that I joined was a photo tour. I found it on Airbnb. Havana is such a photogenic place. I was glad I found this tour. We went to a local neighborhood and took pictures in someone's house, and also took pictures in the very nice restaurant which I mentioned earlier. You don't need to have an expensive camera. In our tour, there were 6 girls. Some of them were just using cell phone. We all took very nice picture. We paid around $22. David is the person who conducts the tour. He's a very nice guy who can speak very good English. I'll put his Airbnb link and his Instagram account in the description box. By the way, people in Cuba like to have their photo taken, even though they won't have a copy of it. So just be nice and approach them. For the trip, I spent $57 on tour and admission. Next is cell phone. I have to admit that I cannot live without my phone. So it's crazy. I spent $70. Yes, 70. It's not just about the phone, it's also including the Wi-Fi card. You can go back to my Internet in Cuba video to know more about the details. Next is accommodation. Initially, I wanted to study Spanish in Havana University, so I found an Airbnb that is close to that area. From the listing, it said it got a private bathroom, TV, air conditioning, washer, kitchen, and wireless internet, which is weird. Including all the Airbnb charges, I spent around $11 per day, including breakfast. It sounds such a good deal. When I looked at the pictures, I saw curtains behind the bed, so I thought that there should be a very big windows behind my bed, but those were just curtains. Yes, like for decoration. So I must turn on the AC for ventilation. It was fine for the first 2 days, but then I couldn't turn it on again in the afternoon. According to the host, the electricity supply is only available at night time. Then I thought, oh well, that's Cuba, not much I can do. So in the afternoon, I just opened my door and turned on the fan. But her daughter or something smoked cigarettes after cigarettes in the house, so I couldn't open the door all the time. One night, the AC stopped for a few hours and I couldn't breathe. I was curious about the electricity situation and started to ask every local that I met. I found out that she should be setting a timer, so I contacted Airbnb and wanted to terminate my stay 1 week earlier because they were not giving what they're selling. The host and their daughter were forcing me to stay. It's very scary. Airbnb didn't communicate with me before talking to the host. They were really putting me at risk. That place is like a loft. The bedroom is upstairs with TV and AC. Downstairs has a bathroom, kitchen, and a small living room. It's 25 CUC per night. I stayed 3 nights and I had to pay cash for that. Casa Particular is very popular in Cuba. You just knock on the door that has the Casa Particular sign. Make sure the sign is blue because the red one is for dating. You can negotiate the price and browse the room before reservation. The downside is that during peak season, all the rooms might be full and you have to pay cash for that. That's why I used Airbnb, and at the end they did refund the rest of my stay, but I took pictures and videos to prove myself. I had an experience that I couldn't book anything on Airbnb or Booking.com for Cuba when I was in Cuba. However, I could book my Airbnb for Mexico City while I was in Cuba. So I'll suggest at least to book the first night in advance. Next is school. I ended up going to a language school inside of the Havana University. The details will be in my next video. I only studied there for a week for $130. The reason is because I couldn't withdraw any money from ATM. Next is miscellaneous, which includes entertainment. I went to a local cinema, but I didn't watch a movie. Let's take a look what I did.
Muy buenas tardes, señoras y señores, niñas y niños.
I just finished watching a local circus show. It is 15 CUP per person, which is like 60 cents. So miscellaneous for the whole trip is $34. One more thing is visa. I fly with Interjet, which the tourist card was not included. But during my check-in in Cancun, they had staff come to us and sell it for $18. You can pay it in dollars or in Mexican pesos. For 21 days, I spent $1,066, which was crazy. However, I met some new friends in Chinatown and heard so many old stories. It was priceless. It was the best part of the trip. I hope I can edit the footage and share it with you guys very soon. Alright, that's it from me. In my next video, I will be talking about learning Spanish in Cuba. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next time, bye!